Angie with Lucky Little Learners, and I'm really excited to be here with you today because we just launched our brand new literacy centers for first grade. And if you are a second grade teacher, you will want to stay on here because we also have them for second grade. And you will notice that a lot of the way we structured these brand new bundles is very similar. And we're going to go into that in greater detail. So as you're hopping in here, please say hello. I'd love to hear from you and how did your Thanksgiving break go? I hope that you were able to spend some good time with friends and family, get some relaxing done, and just enjoy that time off. It's much deserved. So let's just hop in here and take a look at our brand new first grade literacy centers. They are on sale right now, so I wanted to make sure I got on live here to show you just a little peek inside. This is kind of a neat opportunity to actually go into the file before you purchase it so you can see all of the value that is cram-packed into this massive bundle. So like I said, please come in and say hello. I'm going to get started. And as you are watching here, please feel free to ask questions because I will be going back into the comments shortly to go through and answer them. So when you open up your bundle, you will see here, first, this is just a preview. This is a preview of our first grade centers. Like I said, second grade is similar in so many ways, just upticked in the level of complexity that the activities will be using. So you'll see here for the first grade pack, there are over 100 different centers. And this is just the preview. It'll show you when you go in to download that, like, why are these centers going to be beneficial to your students and you as the teacher? One of the things that we like to just kind of showcase with these is how are these centers going to be used? So you can use them for so many different things. You can use them for center time. You can, of course, use them for interventions. You can use them for different skill practice or review of a concept after you've taught it in your classroom. Maybe this will be an opportunity for the kids to get hands-on and engage with that skill through these activities. Maybe it's a fast finisher. Maybe you bundle these up into little baggies, Ziploc baggies, or plastic baskets, and it's an option for kids to do once they finish their activity that they are assigned to do in the classroom. Maybe it's a mini lesson. Maybe you're using this at the teacher table during literacy centers, and you want to teach the skill directly in a small group setting with a hands-on activity. Or just maybe it's a small group activity. Maybe you're using this to reinforce a skill that you've already taught. So you will see inside of the file, the preview file actually shows you exactly how we've set this up. And like I said, this is the same in first grade and second grade. So you will see that the instruction cards are included with every single center. Like I said, first grade has over 100. I believe it's like 112 maybe. And then second grade, if you are a second grade teacher, there's over 140. Again, the reason the uptick in number of activities in the second grade set is because of the increase in standards. All of these centers are standards aligned. Of course, second grade has more standards than first grade, so therefore a little difference there. But you will see the recording sheets are included. I know a lot of administrators like to have some kind of form of accountability check to see that the kids, what they're practicing, they aren't just hanging out and wasting time in that center, so they actually have to record their answers. Of course, it's good for you as the teacher as well, so that you can see what the kids are practicing and how they're coming in with their level of understanding. It comes with recording sheets. It comes with those answer keys. And then, of course, full color and black and white activities, as you see here. This is the first grade set specifically, but you will notice that all of our centers, both first and second grade, are organized by the type of skill. So first grade, we have a whole list of phonics centers. You can see here all the different phonics skills that are addressed inside of these centers. Again, page 2 is still into the phonics, but then we get into grammar. Grammar first grade, grammar second grade. Both packs have these. So you'll see this is the first grade set specifically, all the different grammar skills, everything from abbreviations, antonyms, articles, commas, nouns, plural nouns, verbs, adjectives, prepositions, you name it. All of these are included with their own separate activity. So you can really kind of target down, narrow down into what your kids need practice with. We also have different reading centers. You'll see that in first and second grade. So here's all the different reading skills that your kids will be practicing this year, all aligned to the standards, of course. And then for the first grade set, we have added in some phonological and phonemic awareness centers. And so you can see those skills here. And then we also have writing for both first and second grade. These are really, really nice. We know that kids struggle with writing. These are really nice to kind of handhold, scaffold that out and get them to be successful writers. And so then you will see in the preview file a little bit more in depth with those Phonics Centers, and we actually go through each of them. So I'm going to scroll through these and just kind of show you what you'll get inside of these big bundles. Again, first and second grade each have their own bundle. But I will say this, if you're a second grade teacher watching this and you're seeing these first grade centers and thinking to yourself, well, I actually have second graders that are struggling with digraphs, or I have second graders that are struggling with some of these skills you see on the screen. This is your opportunity to really differentiate with your center time and hit those lower skills that some of your second graders might be struggling with. Of course, as a first grade teacher, you will see as you're watching this that your students are working on these skills right now. And so you can see again how every single center has that instructional sheet. It has that recording sheet. It has the full color option, and then it has a black and white option, which you don't see in this preview per se, but all of these also include a black and white option as well. So scrolling through these, I'm hoping that as you're seeing these, you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm teaching that skill coming up next week, or yep, we definitely use that skill, or we definitely have some gaps, some learning gaps in some of these skills that my kids could catch up with. These are going to address all of those needs. And these are just phonics, you guys. I should almost scroll a little bit faster here because our previews are very, very detailed. And the reason we do that is because we realize that this is a really big bundle. So it's a bit of an investment for you to jump in and purchase this. So we really want to make sure that you see all that you're going to be getting with this bundle. So again, these are grammar. So now we're getting into those grammar skills, irregular nouns, plural nouns, prepositions, so on and so forth. Just a really, really big bundle of activities for you. Still working. These are still grammar. I just can't say enough about this. My team has been nothing short of impressive when putting these together, and really, really intentional about making sure that it aligns really specifically with the standards themselves. So now we're getting into writing here. You'll see look at these graphics with these silly sentences. These are just nothing short of amazing here. And so you can see here too, there's little pops of what these look like once they get finished here in some of these pictures. But again, all of these are different writing centers. And then those phonemic awareness and phonological awareness centers are here. See lots and lots of choices there to pick from to make sure that you are getting every skill covered. And then we've got those reading centers. So you'll see here the difference between, just for example, these on the screen are first grade. The difference between these being that the first grade level will be a lot easier text complexity, a lot simpler words. And then the second grade version of these, which are linked in this video, are definitely tougher in reading complexity when it comes to the reading centers. So really loving how these came together. Let me just pop over here to see if we have anybody asking questions. Xandra says, this is so exciting. Gina from El Salvador, hello, good to see you in here. Patricia, you are too funny. Hannah's in here. Let's see. Vicky's asking, have your literacy kit, and she wants to know, do these activities repeat? And no, they do not. Some of the skills are revisited. The literacy kit itself is a little bit different in the sense that it's going to provide more instructional type activities, where our centers are more an opportunity to practice a skill. Great question. Elaine is saying all brand new centers, and that is the truth. So excited about these. This is a huge addition to our store. Vicky says, do you also offer both together or just separate? Vicky, if you're asking about the specific first grade and then second grade. We don't have a bundle of first and second together, but we have bundled all of the first grade centers and all of the second grade centers into their own bundles. So you'll definitely want to take a peek at those. I also want to show you guys, we have now included a letter to your administrator inside of our resources, our most recent resources, and we're working to get into some of our past resources as well, because we take a lot of pride in how much research is back behind the creation of all of our curriculum. And so we always include new products, and then eventually in our old ones as well, how this aligns to the research and the standards, and kind of a little bit behind the scenes peek for that administrator. So those are all in there. And then I just wanted to show you, the preview showed you already, but this is just going into a little bit more specifically each center itself. So you'll see here, this one is a beginning sounds one. So that's that direction sheet. This would be the mat for the kids to place their pictures on. This is just how the file is broken down here. And then you'll see the little popcorn words, and then that black and white version. And then I want to show you that recording sheet just to kind of show you how this lays out in the actual PDF itself. And so there's that really first grade friendly recording sheet here, where they are going to color in the pictures that begin with that same sound. And then of course, there's your answer key here on those specific ones that belong there. So you'll see that. Let's just go into adjectives, and let me pop over and see if we've got any other questions coming in. Feel free to put them in there if you got questions, you guys. Here's your chance to do that. But here's the adjective one. So this one's kind of fun because it's a describe a dino. Look at a dinosaur card, describe it with 2 adjectives. And so the kids will get different dinosaurs, and then their job is to decide on 2 adjectives that describe the dinosaur or dinosaurs inside or on their card. And so then again, that black and white version, and then you'll see the recording sheet here, where they're going to use the 2 spaces to write their 2 adjectives. Of course, answers will vary in this one because the different adjectives they can use are definitely, there's a variety of them. And then here's one for digraphs, the TH digraph in particular. So they're going to look at the little bubble cards, and they're going to decide where the TH sound, the th or the TH sound is, if it's going to be at the beginning or the end of the word. And so then they're going to take the bathtub mats, and they're going to lay those 2 out, either begins with TH or ends with TH. And then they're going to take and read the word. They have the picture clue, and then decide, is the th or the at the beginning or end of the word. And so that is just another great opportunity to really isolate the digraph TH and use it in a hands-on and very engaging way. And again, that accountability piece is going to be there, because then they will circle if it begins with TH or ends with TH. And again, if you're a second grade teacher, you know that the second grade ones are just a little bit less hand-holding, and but all the same structure. You're going to get the recording sheet, you're going to get the color, the black and white, etc. Of course, answer keys as well. Let's see here. Let me just come up, take and hide this off the screen. Come on here, full screen, and see if you guys have any questions. I do have a few questions that were submitted already that I want to address, because some of these questions are really good, and I think you may be actually thinking of them yourself, and so I'm here to answer them. So one of the questions that we got was, are any of these centers seasonal like our math centers? And the answer to that is no. And here is why. I won't say it's why it's good, because our math centers, a lot of teachers love that those are seasonal, and they love that they can just have, a set they pull for December or a set they pull for January, and it's just all aligned to the season or the holiday. But the literacy centers are not. And here's why we chose not to do that. We feel that the wide gamut of literacy skills that are taught throughout a year, phonics, grammar, writing, reading, phonological or phonemic awareness, there's a lot of opportunities for varying times of the year that those different skills are taught. And so we decided to really make our literacy centers non-seasonal, non-holiday. And so when the kids are for example, if your kids are struggling with, for example, stretching out sentences and making them into beefier sentences is how I word it, then you're going to be able to pull this no matter if it's November, January, or March. You can pull this center out, and they're going to be able to use that. Let me just show you that one in person. So this would be the color version. So they're going to get this little mat, and then they're going to pick out the beginning part of a sentence. So the cat napped, and then they're able to stretch that sentence out by adding in a card. And it's kind of hard to show here, but if like you've got by the window would be the where, and then the when might be, oh, this is tough, to relax. No, that'd be the why. And then there's different cards for when. And then that allows them to go to the recording sheet then, and they can actually write out the sentence that is stretched out a little bit better. And so we've got the cat napped by the window before school to relax. So that's just one example of our writing centers that are included in this pack. Let's see if we have any other questions here. Melanie says that she's so excited for these. And Elaine says, I love that you can use them any time of year. Patricia, that's awesome. Great resource. I am happy that you feel that way, Patricia. I definitely am on board with you. Here's another question. She says, this question's coming in. It says, I'm a second grade teacher. For differentiation purposes, I was considering purchasing the first grade literacy centers. I was wondering how much of an overlap there is between the second and first grade products. That is a really great question. So the answer to that is some of the skills overlap, but the level of complexity that those skills are at are going to be completely different, because the first grade are tailored specifically for first grade skills, and the second grade version is tailored specifically for second grade skills. And here's the other thing. If, for example, let me just pull one of these up. If, for example, your students are working on short versus long vowels, okay, as a first grade skill, you're going to see that this activity then is just a card that might look like this. And then they have to find the word that matches on the gumballs. Those look like this. And they match them up, and then they write them on their recording sheet. Okay. Now, here's how second grade would be different. Second grade might have a short vowels versus long vowels center, but it's not going to be the gumballs, and it's not going to be maybe it's not going to have these specific options laid out. They might have to do a little bit more advanced writing. So different in the sense that the activities are different, but they could be similar in the sense that some of the same skills might be practiced just in a different way. So I hope that answers the question for that second grade teacher. And to answer your question on whether or not that would be a valuable purchase to you, absolutely yes, especially if you've got kids this year that are struggling a bit. 100% yes on that. Let's see. Next question I have is, are these going to be digital? So here's the answer to that. If you are a second grade teacher looking at the second grade literacy centers, yes, the digital option is there and ready to go for you inside of the bundle. If you are a first grade teacher, we have not added the digital versions yet. We are still on the fence on whether or not to do that. When we had made our second grade set, it was when we were in the middle of digital learning, remote learning, at-home learning, whatever you want to call it. And so our second grade teachers were screaming from the rooftops, get us the digital, get us the digital. Now this year, what we're finding from teachers and the feedback we're getting from first grade teachers is that they aren't needing them as much digital anymore. They're really looking to get those hands-on in front of the kids. They're in the classroom for the most part. So as of right now, we don't have the digital for first grade. It was more important for us to get these out to you guys and in your hands versus trying to dive into digital and wait to post these because we knew that there were so many more teachers that wanted the hands-on printed versions. Now, that's not to say that maybe in the future we might be adding those digital versions. And if we do that, anything that you purchase now at the price that you get it now, which is going to be lower than when we add the digital, if we add the digital will be included for free. So there's another incentive for you to grab them while you can. So here's another one with S blends, popcorn sorting. They get the popcorn buckets, different S blends like SK and SL. And then they're going to get the little popcorn pieces and decide which popcorn bowl to put their little picture on. And then that recording sheet. So here's what that looks like in person. Okay. Let's see. Belle says, do you have anything for kindergarten? Belle, that's a great question. When it comes to this specific format of literacy centers, the answer is no, but what we do have for kindergarten is we have something called ELA Toothy, which is either digital or printable version, and it's practicing a lot of your literacy skills in kindergarten, just with a little bit different twist on activities with something we call Toothy. And I encourage you to just Google or go on TPT and search Toothy, and you'll see what I mean. It'll pop up right at the top of your search. Let's see. Patricia is saying, is this a new resource or an updated one? Patricia, this is brand new. This is a brand new, never seen before resource. This is another example of an activity from it, blending mystery words, where they're going to place the sounds in order and blend those sounds to read the word, and then go ahead and add it to the recording sheet once they've done that. And so the file itself, what they're going to get is something like this. You as a teacher are going to cut these up, and then the kids are going to assemble it, blend those sounds together, and then add it to their recording sheet. So Patricia, yes, it's absolutely brand new. The first grade bundle is brand new, never seen before. We just launched it yesterday. But if you are a second grade teacher, we're also mentioning those second grade centers linked above this video, because those are also available and follow a very similar format, where it comes with a recording sheet, it comes with the actual activity pieces, and then it also comes with that recording sheet for the kids. Of course, the teacher also gets an answer key, so that you don't have to spend all that time trying to figure out what is the correct answer on those. So great question though. Any other questions coming in here? Because if not, I'm going to hop off. My daughter and a friend are at the community center next door, so we're going to go over there and play some basketball and some volleyball. So I just wanted to pop in and let you guys know that this bundle is now live. It is ready. I encourage you to take a peek. I encourage you to download the preview file. That's going to show you literally every single activity in the entire bundle to really make sure it's a good fit for you. The first grade literacy centers and the second grade literacy centers have a very, very extensive preview for you, so that you can see exactly what you're going to get. Let's see. One other quick question. Vicky says, is the price listed in your TPT store today special, or is it going to go up next week? I get paid on the last day of the month. So Vicky, if you are watching, so for example, Vicky's watching this live. So today's date is Sunday, November 28th. And if you are watching this on Sunday, November 28th, the first grade literacy centers are at their all-time lowest price that they're going to be. Now on the 29th and 30th of November is a site-wide TPT sale. So if you have not added that to your calendar, the TPT sale is the 29th and 30th. It's a Monday and a Tuesday, in which you'll still be able to grab these at a discount, but you're going to want to grab them if you're watching live today, because the price on these literacy centers will go up a little bit, but then that sale will bring it down. But the best day to get the price at the lowest would be today if you're watching live, but still a very, very good price going forward. So to answer your question, Vicki, there's a TPT sale, and that's coming up on the 29th and 30th. So you'll still be able to snag them at a really, really good price. Great question. Any other questions before I sign off? Otherwise, I am going to hop off, but I did bring my phone. So I am going to bring that to the community center and just be watching those comments to see if there's any more that come in. I appreciate you guys being here. If you have a teacher friend that you think either teaches first grade or teaches second grade, I want to encourage you to comment with the @ symbol and tag them in the comments, because then they'll be able to see this live as well and cash in on the best deal that these bundles will be at before prices go up. So, all right. Thank you for being here. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll chat soon.